All right, welcome to another day of 30 days of handmade gifts. Let's go ahead and get started right away. Today we're going to make a tag gift set. A very simple little tag set, and then we're going to put it in a nice little decorative box, okay? So the first thing we'll do is we'll work on our tags. What I did is out of a thin weight chipboard, very thin weight chipboard, white chipboard, I used this punch, and I punched out about 12 of them because I wanted 12 for the gift set. Okay, and I'm left with this, and these are about a little, maybe about 2-inch scallops. So all the measurements that I give you are for this size scallop, and you can rework them to any other, any size that you want, really. So the first thing you're going to do is cut out 12 of those, or punch out 12 of those, and then I went on a piece of red cardstock and I stamped using this stamp. I stamped a bunch of those, and then I used my circle cutter and I just cut them out, and it ended up with a little bit of the outside on them, but it really didn't bother me all that much, so I just kind of left them. And so you punch out about 12 of those then as well. And this is cut to 1.5, so this is a 1.5-inch circle. Okay, and then I went and cut out 1 5/8-inch circles in the green so that I could have my tag. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the red portion of the tag because we want it's just going to stick straight onto this green mat here. Just going to mat it like that. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this and a little bit of baker's twine, and we're going to just stick it right in the center of there. And then a little piece of clear tape just to help hold it. You don't really need that, but it helps it to stay in place. Then I'm going to take some sort of dimensional adhesive. I'm going to use a couple of these pop dots on this one. I also used hot glue. I just put a layer of hot glue down and then let it cool off a little bit and then put another layer over it, and that also helped it to pop up. So I'm just going to stick those on there, and there we have our tag. Okay, you can see it's dimensional and it's very pretty. Alright, so from there then we're going to go ahead and make our box. To make your box, we're also going to make that out of the same very thin weight chipboard, okay? This piece of paper, or this piece of chipboard is cut to 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, or no, I'm sorry, 6 1/8 by 4 1/4, okay? And then we went ahead and we scored it at 1 inch on all the sides. And then our next step is to just go ahead and cut these up like so. We just cut them all up. We're just gonna, so that we cut them on the same right across from each other, okay? Then we're gonna do up our folds like so, okay? And then because I don't like anything popping up, and sometimes these do pop up because it depends on how you cut them, and sometimes they don't just fit right in there. So I'm just gonna cut my tabs at a little bit of an angle, okay? And then all you do is apply your adhesive. I'm just applying a little bit so that I can make it in my 15 minutes. And then you just stick them in like so. And then, you're left with a box. Okay? Then, now we have our box. Okay? And you can see it went together really simple. So you could make a bunch of these really fast. Okay, and then in the next step, you need a piece of the same chipboard that is 3 by 2 1/4. And the first thing that you do is you're just going to cut a teeny hair off the 2 1/4 side. And you could do this in your trimmer too, but I prefer to just cut it to 2 1/4 because it's an easier measurement to remember. And then I just cut the little hair off because you want it to fit inside your box perfectly without making the sides bulge. So I'm just going to trim a little bit more, and then I can see that it fits in there good enough. Okay, so then you're going to do up your middle fold like this, and then so now it's folded like that, and then you're going to do the 2 outside folds out so that you have something that looks like that. Okay, super simple. Now we're just going to apply adhesive. We're going to go ahead and put adhesive on all sides. And then you're going to fold the middles together and keep the edges out. Just like so. And that's what you have. And then you're just going to stick this into your little box. Keep, just kind of eyeball the center. Just do the best that you can to make sure that it is directly in the center. And if you find that it's pushing out your sides, cut a little more off the end. Because you don't want it to push out your sides, because then otherwise the slider that we make for the top won't fit it. Okay? So then there's your box, and what you're going to have then is both your tags are going to fit in there. And there's enough room for you to probably fit good 8 or 9 tags in there. I put 6 on each side, so I have 12 total. Okay, so then the next step is to make the slider, and the slider I am just making out of cardstock because I want it to be a little bit thinner because it will be supported by the box anyways. So the size of this is 7 1/2 by 4 1/8, and then I went ahead and I scored it at 1 1/2 and 2 1/2, and then I turned it over and 1 1/2 and 2 1/2 again, just to keep the measurements nice and simple. Then we're just going to go ahead and do up all our folds here. Okay, and then this step is kind of important. What you want to do is you want to put it on the box and make sure that your folds all work where they're supposed to. Okay, and then I'm going to take it off the box and I'm going to apply adhesive right here and then on the other side of that one. Okay, and then I'm going to put it back on my box, and I'm going to put the side that I put the adhesive on top of down. Okay, so there's adhesive here, and then there's adhesive on this side. And I'm going to fold it up too, and now this is the part you want to make sure that you get it snug, but you do not want it too tight because then your box will not slide in and out freely. Okay, so there you have it. There's your slider box with your tags, and then you put your tags in there and you have a nice little gift. Now there are a couple you could decorate this however you wanted. One of the things that I did for my first one was I took and I gave it a see-through top. And the way that I did that was I just cut a measurement here. I just cut a little bit around the edge to keep it there. And then I took some acetate. I wanted to recycle a little bit, and I used it from, I used a little bit of acetate from a package. So it was really thick. It's very, very thick, which I really liked. I know you can't see it very well, but it's just from a package, and I cut it to the size of the inside of my box, and then I wrapped around some baker's twine. There, now you can see it, and you can see I just put it on the inside there, and then I slide it in, and it looks like a very nice gift. Okay, so you can do it either way. You can just decorate this, or you could even use patterned paper to make the top of this if you wanted to as well. So you have a lot of options. Okay, if you have any questions, my email is annamarie29@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. Send me an email, and Stop back tomorrow for another video.